Power line safety has always been a top priority at Dakota Energy Cooperative. We believe electric safety begins with knowing how an electric power system works. So we've put together this short video to explain the different components of a power delivery system and also to provide a dramatic demonstration to show you just how potentially dangerous electricity can be. So take a look. Pat will be demonstrating electrical equipment and how those items operate, along with some hazards involved when working with electricity. Pat is wearing his normal safety attire, which includes fire retardant clothing, a hard hat, safety glasses, and rubber gloves. These items give him protection when working with electricity. The top wire is called the phase wire and helps distribute the electricity. And the bottom wire is called the neutral wire, which returns the current back to the electric source. Next is the pad mount transformer that connects with the underground wire. Then there's an overhead transformer which typically is fed with bare aluminum or copper wire. Both devices convert a higher voltage to a lower usable voltage that typically residences or farms and ranches utilize. In Dakota Energy service territory, the primary single-phase voltage is 7,200 volts, and it is lowered to 120 over 240 volts. Next is a riser pole that has underground wire going up the pole to attach the overhead wire. Moving down the line is a vacuum recloser mounted on an overhead pole. It acts like a circuit breaker. If something were to come into contact with the line downstream, such as a broken tree limb, the device would open and stop the flow of electricity. This would activate 3 times, once every 2 seconds, until the fault clears, or after the third attempt, it would fall open until a line worker is dispatched to investigate the issue. Another overcurrent device is a fuse, which Pat has opened. The fuse is used to protect a line, the same as a recloser, but is a one-shot device. Once a fuse blows, it falls open, stopping the flow of electricity, and then it will need to be replaced by a Dakota Energy employee. Next is a pole-top insulator made of porcelain. The bare phase wire rests upon this insulator while electrons flow safely down the line. Because porcelain is such a great insulator, it stops the electrons from wanting to go down the pole and short out. The next safety device is part of the overhead transformer called a lightning arrestor. It will try to short circuit the flow of electricity if lightning hits the line, therefore eliminating damage to equipment in your house. And now Pat and Steve are going to perform a few demonstrations. The first one shows how a tree branch can conduct electricity when it hits a power line. The second one uses a grapefruit, which represents a human heart. This shows how destructive electricity can be to the human body when 7,200 volts pass through it. As you can see from the inside of the grapefruit, burns can happen internally, and it all happens in a matter of seconds. The third demonstration uses a hot dog to represent human muscle and tissue. As you can see, electricity can destroy human muscle and tissue in less than a second when it passes through. Finally, Pat will show an electrical arc and how it can travel through the air to keep itself energized before it can no longer sustain itself. Dakota Energy Cooperative encourages you to be safe around electricity. Please call our office if you have any questions about electrical safety.